Hello everyone and welcome back to Oruko! This is Jagged, the board game Scenario 2, Road to Omerta. Okay, so if you've not watched my first video, which was Scenario 1, welcome to Oruko, then please go back and check that out before you play this because you're not going to understand certain things like movement and fatigue. I mentioned last time that basically the boards which are behind the camera here, I'm not going to be switching back and forth between. So yeah, just watching that first video will let you understand exactly what's going on with stamina, fatigue, that kind of thing. I will show you the boards in a second to let you know what each mercenary is equipped with and who's representing who on the board. But first, I will just introduce you to a few new concepts which they introduced in the second mission. So this is probably the best tile to grab here. So on this tile, so before we've seen these jungle areas here, which give you a blue dice when you're trying to avoid damage. This one, we have two new things on here. We have a red border here, which basically means you cannot move. This is impassable, so you can't move across this way, but it doesn't block line of sight, so you can shoot across, you just can't move through. Whereas we've got a little bridge here, so you can move from C to A on this one here. The second one is these yellow bordered areas. These are settlements, and any enemy in there gets an additional 1 armor. This time around, we've got a couple of spawn cards on the different boards. Last time there was only one spawn card, and I knew what that was because they told you in setup what it would be. So I don't know where anything is on this board at the moment. So that's the new things about the board. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is the main change they make to the game now. The main rules they introduced is for the Dictator Phase. So the Dictator we're playing with is Didrana Reitman. There are 2 additional Dictators that are in the game. There's Felix Grundman, the Iron General, and on the reverse side of that you have Luca Santino, the Explorer. I'm fairly certain these guys, and most of the assets in here were from other games, the Jagged Alliance video games, but I've not really played them, so I couldn't tell you, but I do think he was in one of them as probably one of the main bad guys. So, back to her board. On the left-hand side, we have this threat track. You'll notice there's some exclamation marks. We're not playing with these this time round because they don't introduce those rules until maybe the next scenario. And the threat track basically shows us what event card we're going to pull. Event cards go on the right-hand side over here, and they also dictate what time of day it is, whether it's day or it's night. So, let's go through. She's got some special abilities here. So the first one is Loyal Subject. Starts the campaign with Elliot as Lieutenant already in play. So, Lieutenants. All the bad guys can basically bring in these Lieutenant cards. These guys are bad news for your character. They normally bring something bad to the table which affects your character. They're in play, which means they're not actually on the board anywhere. They're just generally kind of seeing to the troop movement behind the scenes. Which means he can, if we try to bribe the officials to reduce the threat count here, it's going to cost us 2 funds to do that. And whenever Elliot's in play, basically the scenario starts the threat track at 2 rather than 1. This bomb thing here is if we do manage to find Elliot on the board somewhere, and I'm not quite sure how that happens. I think there's a loot card you bring up, or maybe one of these spawn cards. But yeah, basically if he appears on the board, this thing happens, so you place one of those question mark encounter tokens in every area of the sector, and if you manage to defeat him, you're going to get card 47 from the aim deck, which is up here, and it has a series. The aim deck has a series of cards you're going to get added to the game as it goes on, which are like new ability, like new cards, which are kind of new upgrades for you guys, new weapons, new allies, that kind of thing. Cool. So second on here we have Elliot, you idiot. Each turn, add a threat token to the Dictator board the first time a sector is liberated that had at least 1 skull on its spawn card. What this basically means is if we liberate this sector down here with this skull card on, we have to add a threat token, which is one of these things, to her board. And at the start of the Dictator Phase, for every threat token you have on here, you're going to be moving up the threat tracker, so you don't really want that many threat on there. If we were to liberate two places with skulls on them, we'd only still put 1 on here for that round. By arms, eyes, and ears. So this basically means if the threat ever reaches 10 on here, then we reset it to 1 and we draw another lieutenant. So we will have another person in play hampering our efforts. I'll get to the Dictator Phase when we get to the Dictator Phase. Let me just show you what we're working with regards to our mercenaries. So Ivan, he's pretty much what he was before. He has got the Oruga Mini 14, has a range of 1, so he can shoot from outside of an area into an area. He's got his Mossberg Tactical, and he has a flat jacket. He can take 1 wound to reuse a weapon he's already used this turn. Now, Cynthia Fox Guzman, we gave her the upgraded SKS because she doesn't have great weapons here. She can attack 3 times on her turn, which is pretty cool. And she can attack at range of 2. She'll be rolling. It's going to cost her a lot of her stamina to do this kind of thing, but hey, it might help her out. And she has a flat jacket. And finally, Karl Shadow Simmons. Oh, sorry, I did miss out. She also has an IOU, which because she doesn't have a leadership skill here, this will enable her to have at least 1 yellow dice if she's using leadership. So over to Karl Shadow Simmons. He's got his 12 gauge and he's using the camo fatigues, which basically means he gets the move for free once first move each activation is free, and he gets more stealth dice. And he's also got a smoke grenade, which enables the whole sector to get an additional armor or an additional stealth dice. Omerta is the last holdout of the rebels fighting against the oppressive regime of Queen Daedrana, and was the victim of a brutal offensive that completely crippled the town's defending forces before leaving behind a small company of soldiers to starve out the remaining rebels. You wonder if that Miguel guy you were supposed to meet is even still alive. You better hurry, the rebels won't have much time left. You meet some malnourished refugees on the road who tell you about a strange foreigner hiding from the soldiers in the jungle near Omerta, maybe worth looking into. So our goal is to capture Omerta, which is all the way over here, and we basically got to liberate that sector before the next day. So we have 6 turns to do this in. We have an optional goal as well, which is find the foreigner. So when we liberate any of the sectors which have one of these binoculars in, we flip over the binocular, and if it has an X on it, we have found the foreigner, who will probably be an ally or something, I imagine, to join with our team. At the moment, we still got. I'm fairly certain we're only going to have the red shirts and the snipers to deal with. These guys. If there's any changes to that, I will let you know, and I will inform you as and when things happen. Okay, so Karl Shadow Simmons, he's going to activate first, and he has got his camo fatigues. So I'm going to move him straight away into this area, and oh, he found a loot token. So he already found a loot token previously, so I think that's probably most of the loot tokens gone out of there now. So straight away he's drawing, and he finds a Molotov cocktail. Discard to attack with 2 yellow dice. It displaces the enemies in there and destroys all encounters in the target area. That's really handy. Cool. So we're then going to use his group move action to move him into this jungle area here, and he is going to shoot this guy here. We're spending 3 fatigue to do this because we want to roll 2 orange dice just to make sure. And yes, we got 3 there, so he is dead. We will then, we'll then just move an extra space into here, and we will, oh no, we won't do that. Sorry. He's currently got an inventory limit of 3, and he's got 3 items, so we can't actually move in there. So we're going to keep him here for the moment. No enemies activate because we killed somebody with Karl Shadow Simmons. Next, we're going to start off with, we're going to go with Cynthia Fox Guzman. She is going to shoot this guy from where she is. So she's spending 3 fatigue to roll 3 yellow dice. We only need 2 to kill him. Yep, so we got one success there, one success there. This guy's dead, and we have liberated our first sector without even activating Ivan Dolvich. Woohoo! So she is going to, this is all one space now that we've liberated, so she's going to loot this guy. And she finds a rock. And this is a way to move enemies around, so we'll grab onto that for a moment. And then she'll loot this body as well. And she finds Intel Defenses, discard to peek at any face down sector card. So we're gonna do that now. So we're gonna basically discard this, and we're gonna have a look at what's on there. So we know going into there that this sector's liberated. We are gonna have to go that way though, to see what that is. Now the nice thing is, she's still not used her leadership ability. So we're going to do that leadership ability now to move, the group move into this sector here. We flip that over. We know that this area is liberated. Huzzah. And we flip this over. Did we find the foreigner? We did not find the foreigner. But we have at least got into a new zone. Okay, so that's one turn. I'm now going to use her IOU to roll a yellow dice to hopefully get some fatigue back for Karl Shadow Simmons. So she rolls one yellow dice and she got nothing, so that didn't work. The IOU was not worth the paper it's written on. Okay, Ivan's turn. So Ivan is going to use the group ability token to do a leadership roll. Here's one yellow dice. So he got one success. He is going to do that on Karl Shadow Simmons, and then he's going to flip his own personal leadership token so he can use his leadership ability again, and he didn't get anything. So shouting didn't work. I'm not going to move into this sector because there could be anything in there, and I don't want to have an enemy activation when everyone's pretty much used up. So we'll now go over to the Dictator Phase. So there's no threat tokens on here, so we don't move the threat level up, but we do draw an event at the level where this threat token is. So our first event is supply drop. Immediately draw a loot card. Any mercenary may take it. That is awesome. Great. Once we have 6 events on here, that's game over. We've lost. So let's draw this, and we find an improved flat jacket. Excellent. So we're going to give that to Ivan Dolvich. Okay, so we're going to start with Karl Shadow Simmons. So he resets his leadership token. He regains 2 fatigue, and using his camo fatigues, he can move for free into this next sector. So he's going to move into there. Flip this over, and well, the sector is liberated, and we get a rebel token. So he's now got a rebel that's kind of helping him out. Well, this is going quite well so far. Unfortunately, the next area down here doesn't have any jungle area whatsoever. So his defense is going to be pretty shocking. So he's not very good at going in there. That's not great. We'll activate Cynthia next, and she's going to activate the group ability to do a group move into this area here. This is all one space now, remember, because it's liberated. She gains back 2 fatigue, and she is going to be moving into there using, we're going to use another group move for that, but she's the only one going in there. So we find an elite. So I'm not sure what that guy is, so we'll have a look at him. And we get an encounter in D. If we defeat this, we get an additional loot. So let me draw this guy out. So we have found a shield minion. I've not seen one of these yet, so that's pretty good. He is deadly. Look at this. 2 health, 2 armor, does 3 damage. He has a range of 0, and he's harder to hide from. Prefers attacking areas with several mercenaries, attacks all mercenaries in the area. So we're going to have to split up to take this guy out. So he appears in C, so that's not a great place for him to be. So this is your shield guy. He's in C. Currently, he has got 3 armor in there and 2 hit points, which is ridiculous. So we're going to use her rock, which is going to move an enemy. And we get to choose which area he goes into. So we're just going to move him into this area here. Okay, next we are going to use Cynthia's SKS. She's going to use 3 fatigue to roll 3 yellow dice. And we're also going to spend... So on here as well, we can do a durability to gain suppression. That basically means this guy can't move, and any damage he does is halved. So we're going to do that. We're going to add a durability to that. So this guy is going to be suppressed, which means he's not going to be doing any damage to anybody this round. Okay, and we got... I'm going to re-roll this one again. Okay, so we got 3 successes. 2 are soaked up by armor, so he takes 1 damage. So he's got 1 hit point left. So I'm going to end her turn there. Enemy activation, he can't move, so he can't do any damage. And then we get rid of this suppressed thing, so now he can do some damage. So Ivan's going to move into here. And Ivan is going to use his Rutger first, which is roll that yellow dice and you get 1 of those. And we're going to do the suppression thing again, so he can't move from that spot. So it's going to cost me 2 fatigue to do this. I get 1 success with this, and I'm rolling 1 yellow dice. I need 2 or more to kill him. Okay, so I got 1. I'm going to re-roll that using... Oh no, I can't re-roll that, sorry. So he is suppressed again, but that is soaked up by the armor. I'm going to spend 1 wound and do that same thing again, because I can reuse a weapon I've already used using Ivan's automatic expert ability. So that's 2 damage. He gets soaked up by his armor. He activates. He can't do any damage, so he's no longer suppressed. Okay, so that is the end of the second turn. Mercenary phase, there's no threat on here. So we just draw an event card. Patched up, immediately remove all conditions from all enemies. So that's fine, there's no conditions on him, so perfect. Okay, so I'm going to activate Cynthia Fox Guzman first. So she gains back 2 fatigue. Then I'm going to use that 3 fatigue and do 1 more durability damage to my SKS to roll 3 yellow dice and hopefully get 3 or more. Yes, I've done it. So that is 4 damage, 2 get soaked up by the shield, and 2 go through, killing this guy. She's going to do a mechanics check. So she's going to use her skill to roll 1 yellow dice, because that's her skill level, to try and fix her... No, that didn't work. She was going to try and fix her her SKS to get the durability back, but that did not work. Okay, next we are going to go for Karl Shadow Simmons. So he's in this zone. We're going to use Ivan Dolvich next. So he restores 2 fatigue, and we move him into this zone using his group move action. And we reveal, take 2 fatigue. Okay, so we've liberated this sector. We draw one of these loot cards. We found some morphine during skill action, discard before rolling. Medical, red dice, nice. I had meant to actually change the flat jacket for Ivan, but never mind. Now we loot his body as well, because we've not done that yet. We found some duct tape, so it helps us do mechanical rolls. So this area is liberated. We have liberated an area with a skull on it, so we have to add 1 threat to Daedrana's threat board. This is all now 1 space, but I'm not going to do a group move at this point. I am, however, going to use the group action with Ivan to do his leadership role to try and restore some stamina back to this lady. And he failed. So now it's Karl Shadow Simmons' turn. He gets a free movement. He will do his leadership skill, which is rolling 2 dice. And he got 1 success. So Cynthia's going to restore 1 fatigue. Okay, that's going to be it for the mercenary's turn. 3 turns after this to go. So Wear and tear. Each mercenary damages one equipped item if possible. Which Karl shadows can't because he doesn't actually have anything. Cynthia damages her armor. Ivan damages his armor also. Okay, so we're going to head for this place next because we know that the foreigner has to be there. Oh wait, we didn't check to see if the foreigner is in this area. So is the foreigner in this area? Yes, he is. So we found the foreigner. We take card number 10 from the AIM deck. Me make big travels, see world in truck, me borrow from stranger. No save enough money to buy one. Me have much fun, meet people. House, increase inventory size by 2. So, let's give that to Ivan Dolvich because he's full up. Excellent, so these guys are all in the same space at the moment. We are going to move, we're going to start with Karl Shadow Simmons, and he is going to move into A. For free because of his camo fatigues. So we know that's going to be a blank, so it doesn't matter. We have a sniper. Now this is a fun sniper because he is a elite sniper, which means he does 3 damage. He has got 3 hit points. 3 damage, 3 hit points. He also suppresses you, and he is better at getting you when you're in camouflage. So he is in B, which is an area that has some additional protection. So first thing I'm going to do with Kyle is I'm going to discard the smoke grenade, which gives everyone in this sector an additional shield, additional armor roll or an additional stealth. Oh, and I had to put this in D. So a random encounter in D. So we're going to use the 12 gauge rifle. We're going to use both of the, 3 stamina to do this. And we're rolling 2 orange dice. And we need 3 or more to kill him. Four. Nice. So he is dead. We're then going to use Kyle's group move to move him into here. We loot this as a elite person, so we get to draw a level 2 loot card. And we find Compound 18. So you can add this to an upgradable armor item to give an additional 3 durability, which is pretty handy. Okay, so Ivan's turn. We are going to, before we move, Ivan, we're going to swap out his improved flat jacket for his regular flat jacket. So he's got a lot more armor to him now. We're going to use he gets 2 fatigue back. We're going to use the group move action to move into here. Then he's going to use his own group movement to move him into there. And we found a red shirt hiding out in there. So Ivan is going to spend 2 of his dice, 2 of his fatigue to roll 2 yellow dice, and he's going to put 1 durability on his gun to let him re-roll. So we're rolling 2 yellow dice, we get to re-roll 1. But we don't need to. Ivan takes him out, loots him, and we found armor-piercing rounds. Nice. Okay, so this sector is liberated. We don't have to worry about anything getting us this round. Cynthia, she's going to activate, recovers her 2 fatigue, and she's going to do a mechanical skill check to try and repair her gun. And she does. She gets both durability off the weapon. Okay, so we go to the Dictator Phase again. There is 1 threat token on here. So we remove that and we move this up 1. We draw the next event. During next turn, mercenaries do not recover stamina on activation. Well, that's not fun. We're going to activate Karl Shadow Simmons first. He is going to replace his tactical vest, his camo fatigues with a tactical vest. Just that way he has some additional armor. And we're going to move him using his group move ability. Actually, no. Before he goes, we're going to flip his his ability to do a leadership roll. So 2 yellow dice, anyone in here can gain some fatigue back if we get some nice rolls. So we got 2. So we're going to give 1 back to Cynthia and 1 back to Ivan. And now we're going to spend 1 fatigue to move into here. And as a sniper team, oof, this is not good. We may have done the wrong thing here now. So there's 2 of these guys in here. They've got extra shields. Oof. This is not good. Because they're definitely going to activate this turn. So we're going to use the team's group move action to move him into this sector here. And then we are going to discard his rebel token to get an extra orange dice added to this. And then we're spending 3 fatigue to use his gun. I currently don't have any anything left now for him in stamina. So if he takes any wounds, he's going to be knocked out. Okay, so we got 3, 4, which is enough to take out the elite sniper. Okay, so it's the sniper's turn now. He's going to do 2 damage to Karl Shadow Simmons. So we're going to use this. Oh wait, do I finish that or do I want to? Okay, cool. So I'm not going to end it there. I have a Molotov cocktail. I'm going to chuck this in, hopefully destroy, do 2 yellow dice, which will kill that sniper off and destroy all targets in the area. So let's hope that is the case. So 2 yellow dice. So it does 1 damage to the sniper. Destroys this, and this was, this would have been a bleeding effect, so that's good. The negative thing we've destroyed there. However, he gets to activate now. He does 2 damage to Karl Shadow Simmons. Karl is going to add a durability to his tactical vest, so he's rolling 1 yellow dice. I need to get 2 or more, and I get to re-roll this. 2 or more! Nice! So he manages to deftly defend that. We're going to activate Cynthia Guzman. So she is going to use her group move action to move both Ivan and her into this area there. She can shoot the guy from over there because she's got her SKS, so she's rolling 3 dice. She's going to use 1 durability on there to suppress the this guy. So he's only going to do 1 damage if he manages to, if he survives this attack, which he quite possibly will. He's got an armor of 1. He's got 1 hit point left. I get to, no, that's it. So yeah, she missed. Okay, so we're going to get, he activates now. He does 1 damage to her. She rolls her flat jacket. And we're going to add an additional durability onto that so she can add an extra yellow dice. So 2 yellow dice. Yeah, she survives that, no problem. Okay, now it is Ivan's turn. So Ivan is going to do his group move into this area here. He is then going to shoot with the Rutger Mini, so he gets to roll 1 yellow dice. He gets 1 yellow dice. I'm going to spend a durability to add a suppression on there, so this place is suppressed. And he gets 1 success already, so he needs 2 to win. No, he needs 1 to win. Alas, he did not get 1. But that's fine. He's now going to move into that area, up close and personal, and he is going to spend 2 stamina to attack with a Mossberg Tactical. And he does it. Oof. Okay, so now I'm going to discard this duct tape to do a mechanical roll, so I'm rolling an orange and a red. This is to repair everything he's got. So he gets a 4. So removes all durability off of items he's got. And then he's going to loot. I did that because I need to loot this space and I didn't have enough inventory. So he's going to loot a level 2 card and a level 1 card. So level 2 card, he's found Jungle Camo, which is an upgrade for armor. Now, the interesting thing about this is this has got the expertise icon on. So if he rolls anything which has got that kind of little symbol on there, that will actually count towards defending himself or hiding himself. So I'm going to attach that straight to his improved flak jacket because he has the 1 upgrade on there. So perfect. He's going to be a bit of a tank now. And the other one is a level 1 card, and we draw an improved tack vest. Okay, so we're going to end the mercenary's turn there. And it goes to Didrana's turn. So her next card. Spotters. During its turn, killing a sniper increases threat by 1 per sniper. Okay, let's see if we've got any snipers out here. Right, so everyone recovers 2 fatigue. I'm going to activate Ivan. So Ivan is going to use his group move ability to move into this area here, and we find a blood cat of all things. So I've not seen these guys, but this guy looks pretty vicious. So he's got 4 hit points, no armor. He does 2 damage plus bleeding, and it's harder to hide from him. So if he's in the same space as you, he's going to do 2 damage. If he's not in the same space, he moves 2 spaces and does 1 attack. So 2 attacks if in the same space. This is gonna, good job we've got all these things. We're gonna spend 2 stamina to use the Mossberg Tactical and put durability on there to reroll 1 of these dice. So I got 1 there, 2. So we're doing 2 damage to this thing. I'm then gonna spend my last 2 stamina to roll 1 yellow dice. I'm also gonna suppress him. So it's 1 yellow dice, well, 1 yellow dice, and it's got to be, I've got 1 success on this, so I need at least one to do this. Yes! Oh, I didn't even get the miniature out. So this guy turned up, massive cat, but we just blew him to smithereens. So Ivan gets to find 1 loot thing. There we go. And that's it. We have done it. We have liberated Omerta, which was this sector here. Mission successful. So what happens? It be true. Enrico has sent you mercenaries himself. On behalf of my people and Aruco, I welcome you. I am Miguel Cordano, and we are in very much need of your aid. Didrana wishes to remove Omerta from the map of this country. I fear she's gotten close to that goal. But now we have renewed hope. With your help, we will finally be able to end the Queen's cruel reign. I will give you all the help I can in this. So I get to add 3 funds and 2 rebels to my supply. I get to take aim cards 11 and 12. So aim card 11 is Ira Smythe. So she helps with medical rolls. And you get to an additional fatigue when you've got her as your ally. That's pretty cool. And the next card is card 12. And Omerta Rebel HQ. On behalf of my people at Aruco, I welcome you. I am Miguel Cordano, and the revolution is very much in need of your aid. Start of each scenario, add 2 rebels to your supply. Nice. And then I've liberated a city. Tick your first box on the campaign tracker for a liberated city. And now I can reach out to AIM, who are the people who we're working for, to hire additional support and build your market deck. That has been Scenario 2, Road to Omerta. Woot woot! We successfully managed to do that. We didn't take too much damage. It was tricky, but we got there. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to our channel. There's going to be more of this Jagged Alliance board game stuff coming out on here. But yeah, that's it from me. I've been Adam, but you don't care about that. We'll see you next time on the island of Aruco. Although I don't actually think it's an island now. I think it might be part of a region of an area, but I don't know. But thank you anyway for joining me here. Hopefully our mercenaries will continue this onward assault. Till next time, stay safe and keep rolling.